Welcome to SIMNET, your cloud-based solution for drone design and simulation. This tutorial is designed to guide you through the process of setting up your SIMNET account, familiarizing you with the workspace, and helping you navigate the user interface effectively. Let's get started. SIMNET is a cloud-based platform that runs directly on your browser. Before beginning, ensure you have the Google Chrome browser, as it is currently the only supported browser for SIMNET. Start by visiting www.simnet.io to sign up for an account. Upon signing up, you will receive an activation email. Follow the link in this email to activate your account, after which you can log in to the SIMNET website. As a new user, you'll initially be on a limited free trial. If you decide to continue using SIMNET, you can purchase a subscription through the pricing page. All subscriptions renew automatically at the end of each period, but you have the option of disabling auto-renewal anytime through the billing portal. Should your subscription lapse, access to the SIMNET workspace will be suspended, but your content will remain intact. You can always regain access by purchasing a new subscription. To begin using SIMNET, simply click the Enter Workspace button. The SIMNET workspace is crafted to be intuitive and easy to learn, yet fully customizable to suit your specific workflow and needs. The workspace consists of various panes that offer specific controls and visualizations for interaction. You can move a pane by dragging its title bar and adjust its size by dragging its edges. Remove panes using the X icon, or add new ones from the New Pane drop-down, dragging the desired pane type into the workspace. Once you configure your pane layout, you can save it using the Layouts menu. Note that SIMNET provides basic default layouts you can use. Many panes in SIMNET feature a table interface for displaying and adjusting values. Hover over a table cell to see a detailed description of its function. To change a value, either drag the cell horizontally with your mouse or double-click to type in a value using the keyboard, then press Enter to confirm the change. In some cells, you'll find an Auto button. When Auto is enabled, SIMNET automatically calculates the value for you. If you prefer to input the value manually, simply turn off Auto and then enter the value yourself. Located at the bottom right corner of the screen, the Help button is your resource for asking questions or providing feedback to the support team. When reaching out, remember to include a detailed description of your question or feedback, enabling the support team to assist you promptly and efficiently. The Workspace's toolbar features several useful buttons. Use the Aircraft menu to save or load aircraft designs. The Aircraft Load menu provides a list of various default aircraft you can load and includes any aircraft designs you have created. The Location menu provides options for creating and loading flight locations. Visit the tutorial section on the SIMNET website to learn how to create new flight locations using SIMNET's worldwide 3D terrain model. The third button is used to select a controller profile or configure your controller for SIMNET. Please see the tutorial section for assistance on how to configure your controller. Lastly, the Ground Control Station button provides an interface to connect your ground control station software to SIMNET, enabling the simulation of autonomous flights. For this feature as well, you can refer to the tutorial section for further guidance. SIMNET offers 7 basic pane types: Viewer, Editor, Designer, Performance, Wind Tunnel, State, and Simulation panes. The availability of these panes depends on your SIMNET subscription. For instance, the SIMNET Designer license grants access to all these panes, whereas the SIMNET Simulator license limits access to only the State and Simulation panes. Let's begin by looking at the State and Simulation panes. The Simulation pane allows you to observe the performance and flight characteristics of your aircraft by simulating flight in real time. You can use your controller to fly the aircraft within the Simulation pane. The toolbar provides buttons to reset, pause, or continue the simulation. The Simulation pane has a user interface providing critical flight information such as altitude, speed, signal, and battery levels. You can also select from different points of view such as the pilot or line of sight view, first-person view, or follow the aircraft. Selecting the stabilized camera view will show a camera interface, which allows you to control the gimbal, as well as take pictures. If you don't have a controller, you can use your keyboard to control the aircraft and camera gimbal. Use the WAS and D keys to control throttle and yaw, and the arrow keys for pitch and roll. The 8 and 2 keys on the keypad control the camera tilt, while the 9 and 3 keys control the zoom level. The state pane displays the state of the aircraft and each of its components in real time. For instance, you can select the battery to see its voltage and current consumption, or you can select the propellers to see their RPM and thrust. It is also possible to manually set some state values. For example, we can fix the state of a servo or speed controller to a given value to simulate the failure of that component during flight. Select View, Environment to set environmental conditions such as wind and turbulence. Next, let's look at the Viewer and Editor panes, which can be opened using the Edit layout. These are the key panes for creating or modifying your drone design in SIMNET. The Viewer pane shows the current design. You can move the camera using your mouse. Rotate the camera by dragging the screen with the left mouse button. Pan the view by dragging with the right mouse button. Zoom in or out using the scroll wheel. In addition, the Viewer pane enables you to move and rotate components using your mouse. Activate the Translate tool to move components with the mouse. Click on a component to select it, and drag the arrows to move it along a specific axis. You can also click on one of the colored planes to move the component along that plane. Activate the Rotation tool to rotate a component with your mouse. Click on a component, and drag one of the colored circles to rotate the component around a specific axis. The Viewer pane toolbar contains some useful buttons. The View drop-down allows you to select a specific camera perspective. Use the Interior Display mode to see components located inside the vehicle. The Exploded View mode separates components of the aircraft to make them more easily viewable and shows a visualization of how components are connected to each other. The Center of Gravity visualization can also be activated here. Finally, use the Export Model button to download a mesh file of your vehicle. The Editor pane in SIMNET is your main tool for modifying any aspect of your aircraft's design. Each aircraft is made up of a combination of parametric components, such as wings, motors, and propellers. You can use the Editor pane to add, delete, or modify components. For example, let's start a new aircraft design, and let's add a new wing using the Add button on the Editor pane. We can now edit it by selecting it from the Edit drop-down. Alternatively, we can click on the wing in the Viewer pane, then click on the Edit button to open the Editor pane screen for that component. You will see a series of tables which provide all the design specifications for the wing. Hover your mouse over the cells for a detailed description. You can edit any value and see the model on the Viewer pane update accordingly. In SIMNET, each component type comes with its own set of specific design parameters that you can alter. For instance, if you add a battery, you'll notice it has properties like cell count, capacity, and C rating. Additionally, the battery includes advanced design parameters, which, by default, are automatically estimated by SIMNET. These advanced parameters are typically more challenging to determine, making their automatic estimation useful. However, if you have precise knowledge of these values, you always have the option to disable the auto-update feature and enter them manually. This flexibility allows for both ease of use for general design and the ability for detailed customization when exact values are known. Similarly, SIMNET automatically calculates the mass of each component, as well as the overall mass and inertia of the entire vehicle. You have the option of adjusting the estimation up or down using the mass margin feature, or manually fixing the mass by turning off the auto-update feature. This gives you the flexibility to either rely on SIMNET's automated estimations or input precise figures based on your specific data. Click on Edit, Aircraft to see overall design parameters for the vehicle, which include overall vehicle mass and center of gravity location, which are also automatically estimated by default, but can be switched to fixed values. Let's move on to the Designer pane. Creating a new aircraft design from scratch can involve adding and modifying many components. The Designer pane streamlines the design process by automatically generating a baseline design from your general specifications. This initial design serves as a foundation, which you can then customize according to your specific needs. Note that currently the designer pane only supports multicopter aircraft, but in the future, it will support fixed-wing designs as well. Use the design table to enter high-level performance and design parameters such as propeller size, payload weight, and thrust-to-weight ratio. SIMNET will use this information to recommend an optimized design, which is shown on the Design Specifications table. The Performance Prediction table will show the expected performance. You can iterate by changing the parameters until all the design and performance specifications meet your requirements. Then, click on the Generate Design button, and SIMNET will automatically create a ready-to-fly design. You can then use the editor pane to customize the design as needed. The Performance pane is a powerful tool that provides predictions for the performance of your aircraft and its components. Select View Aircrafts to see performance predictions for your design, which include the aerodynamic coefficients, endurance, range, and payload capacity predictions. You can also see the performance of specific components such as the propellers or airfoils. These results allow you to quickly test how design changes affect the performance of the vehicle. This concludes the SIMNET Quickstart tutorial, where we've covered the basics of the SIMNET workspace and its main panes. For more detailed guidance on using SIMNET for specific tasks, please visit the tutorials section on our website. Should you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to contact us. We're here to help you make the most of your SIMNET experience.